Edmonton with the football. McManus going up top for Eddie Brown. What a catch! Eddie Brown! Touchdown Edmonton! Penalty markers down all over the field.
Illegal substitution, too many men on the field, Saskatchewan.
From 33 yards out to win the 97th Grey Cup. Ball down, ball through.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the Football A podcast, a podcast about the CFL. Happy game day. Week 5 is about to get underway. Sounds like we got a new listener to the podcast this week, confirmed at least one.
No.
Oh, man. What a way to start the episode. We're excited. Week 4 in the books. And I don't know how we're going to be able to continue this trend. There's only 17 weeks of football left, but it is going far too fast, far too quickly. I'm just ready to talk ball. I don't know about you. Do you have anything off the rip?
I can't believe you just did that, but yeah, I'm excited to talk ball. To recap, well, I'll recap how we did last week at the end of our last week recap rather than at the beginning. So yeah, I'm ready to talk football.
I love it. He's flustered. We're ready to talk ball. Let's just go straight at it. Thursday night, Edmonton suffers a heartbreaking one at BC, at the BC place. Edmonton loses, how many is that now? That's 1, 2, this is great radio, 3, their third game in a row by 3 points. Tough one if you're an Elks fan right now, but MBT I don't know, man. He was good in week 3 last week, 247 a score, 2 picks. Kevin Brown, they haven't really been able to get him going. The receiving core is there. They're moving the ball down the field, but they just can't seem to put points on the board.
Yeah, I really feel bad for Edmonton because they have obviously Joel, but some guys on that team that we really like, and they're pushing teams every single. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it's Saskatchewan or Montreal or BC. They're pushing these teams to the edge, and they can't break through. It's gotta be so frustrating for them. I can't even imagine what it's like to keep coming up like just short every single week.
Yeah, 1 or 2 plays here or there. I mean, MBT, the turnovers have been kind of brutal at times. Two picks, like I said last week. Lose by 3. I mean, 1 possession, swing the other way, and that's all it takes. So tough one there. They're off this week. I'm excited. I don't know. The defense is in and out. They're really in limbo, and like the law of averages is going to have to come up at some point here, where they're going to obviously have to catch a win. I think it could come not this Sunday, the 7th, but the 14th against Ottawa at home. So that'd be a good place to jump. But Ottawa right now, we'll get to that.
We'll talk about Ottawa. I'll preface not even next week's episode, or not this week's episode, but the next week. I'm going to pick them to beat Ottawa for sure.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what happens this week. I will be picking them to beat Ottawa. But just some more wrap-up from this game. I noticed this a lot this week. There were no, standout performances stats-wise. Last week we had, Justin Hardy, Alex Hollins, a couple guys who had monster, super big games. There's really nobody like that outside of one person that we'll talk about later. But there's only one game that I thought any, significant input there. In this game, nobody had 90 receiving yards. Nobody had 50 rushing yards. It was just a bunch of average performances that kind of stacked up. But nothing really blew you out of the water here. But it was a good game nonetheless. Just no wow moments.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're bringing up a great point there about kind of the week this week, which to have 4 games decided by 3 points, 10 points, which it's Montreal, so that's understandable. 3 points and a last-second field goal to be by 2 points. The week before, SSK obviously dominated Hamilton and Montreal dominated, but a 3-point game and a 2-point game, nail biter. I mean, this league just delivers and like you're at least a 50% clip. And I don't know that you could say that about the NFL. At this point, if you're a football fan, I don't know how you're not watching this league in the middle of July. It's extra football. It's a little bit different and not in the stupid way like the UFL. Like it's, guys who have had a shot in the NFL, some haven't yet. Guys that could definitely play in the league right now if they really needed to. Like, I don't know, man. It was just such a great week last week, and it's a shame more people won't just give it a shot.
We've been trying to push it to more people, whether it be friends or people we're in the group chat with, or anybody on the internet, really, that we're trying to push this to. But yeah, it's incredible. It really is like must see TV every single week. And like you said, you really can't say that about the NFL. They put up some stinkers. Thursday Night Football sucks most weeks, but
Yeah,
every single game for the CFL pretty much is a great game.
you're at least getting a really good first half for sure.
Yeah, almost
Like,
every game.
yeah, it's at least probably one possession. Like, otherwise 8, 10 at the most usually at halftime. It just I'm in awe of this league. I love it. I can't wait. Part of the reason I'm in awe of this league and I love this league though is I've stuck my claim to the Montreal Alouettes, who continue to fly high, 4-0, 30-20 victory over the Toronto Argonauts, and Cody Fajardo continues to be a stud. But the throw of the game may have come from our good friend Caleb Evans. I've been sitting there the last couple weeks on some of these, short, everybody out of the backfield, everybody's on the line, obvious sneak scenarios. I've been waiting for I've been wanting to somebody come take a jet handoff, maybe from the waggle. I don't know if that's even legal, like something like that. And Caleb Evans goes to the right side and all of a sudden lofts one up for fellow Wisconsinite Cole Speaker, a man who was a major part of the 2023 Grey Cup, scoring a touchdown in that game. Incredible play. Our guy to a fellow Wisconsinite had me need new shorts. We'll just say it.
It's the soundbite of "I'm Gonna Come," I believe is the one. The one.
It comes to
But yeah,
mind,
I mean, shout out
certainly.
Caleb, our close personal friend Caleb Evans. Some are saying QB controversy in Montreal. I mean, he had a passing, he had a rushing. Some are saying start Caleb, or we'll get to it later. Trade Caleb to a QB needy team, possibly in Regina. But we'll get there.
I'm here for that take.
Yeah, Toronto, they scored a TD with a minute left to make it even closer than it probably was. Montreal is really freaking good right now. They're basically untouchable. They're basically untouchable so far.
It's really nerve-wracking to know that I think this is now officially, I believe it's either tied for or now is officially the longest win streak when you include the playoffs last year in franchise history. I mean, Dean Carey was actually great in this game. 9 carries.
6.8.
Yeah, 6.8 a carry, 9 for 61. He had 3 catches for 26 out of the backfield on 4 targets, but just nobody else could do anything. Cameron Dukes, fairly pedestrian, 22 of 32, 199 and a pick. It's just the defense is so suffocating.
They're tough to do anything. Like you were talking about, I think you said Edmonton kept moving the ball up and down the field. Like
Yep.
they do it, and nobody does that against Montreal. Even Edmonton wasn't doing that against Montreal. It's just like you said, suffocating. Where it's not even that they're keeping teams out of the end zone or off of the field goal board. They're literally not even letting them cross midfield. They're not letting them drive at all. It's completely
at this point you have to credit Edmonton because of the 4 games, I mean, Montreal 15-point win over Winnipeg, which obviously was a shocking one to start the year. That doesn't really look the same now with hindsight always being 2020. Then the 3-point win in Edmonton after the fact. Obviously go 47-21 against Ottawa, and then another double-digit victory. Is Edmonton the second best team in the league by this measure?
No. 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 Stop. All we've proven is that Edmonton is better than Winnipeg and Toronto. But Edmonton also played at home, so do we really know that? I don't know.
That's actually a really good point. Are they 3-0 on the road? Yeah. Went Montreal to Winnipeg to Edmonton and then to Toronto. So it doesn't get hotter. I'm glad we picked when we did to fall into the CFL. Obviously fell in love with Montreal. Caleb Evans having a big reason to do that, him just sharing a little bit of time with us. But we can move on now to
wait,
go ahead.
but not enough people are talking about you being bold enough to hop on the Montreal bandwagon after they won the Grey Cup and then started 1-0, and you went so far out of the way so you could support them. Really, I mean, credit to you. It's just true bravery on your part.
Look, some are calling me a hero. Frankly, it's not. I didn't say it. You said it.
There's some people that call you a hero are also Bama football, Duke basketball, Yankees, and Lakers fans.
Yeah, with their long jorts, below the knee jorts, and backwards hats. Oh boy, I hope enough Canadians, like 85% of our listener base, at least per Spotify, says it's a Canadian fan base. Hopefully that translates to you sports fans out there. Let's go to Saturday though. We got to experience a first. It's fun when we get to experience a first. And this was in Winnipeg, Calgary. First overtime game as fans of the CFL. It was a doozy. Made money on it, so that I'm a huge fan. I wish we had gotten the full extent rather than the Strevler INT to Paredes field goal to win it. But I'm not going to complain about making cash.
Yeah, it was.
I should probably be careful who I say that to.
Yeah, that's true. Some are saying you're going to be audited now. I have written down for this in all caps, ha 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 ha. Winnipeg sucks.
I actually thought about just before we recorded this episode. We haven't heard from Snack Bites Pete.
Snack Bites Pete has gone ghost.
We haven't heard a word.
Horrendous. Honestly, I kind of respect the move. The move to completely go ghost. But yeah, I mean, Oliveira was bad, Caleros was bad, Strevler was bad, Schoen's out for the year. Winnipeg, well, we're going to talk about it. They have a pretty easy schedule coming up, but they might just be dead. They might just suck. Like this might be what they are.
I think we did bring it up last week, or at least I know you texted me about it. Like they'll have Calgary twice. I think they have off week in between, and then it started with Ottawa. That's what it was. Ottawa last week. Now they'll go back to back with Calgary. Obviously that would actually be. I don't know. Do I have something off here? Or it was Ottawa. No. What am I doing here?
They play
one of these stretches
Calgary, then they play Ottawa, and then I think they go back to Calgary again. Don't quote me on it.
That's what it was. It was double Yes, that's exactly what it was. It was a sandwich, not 1-2 or 2-1. Thank you, appreciate that. Great audio.
Great radio.
Yeah. Strevler obviously comes in for hurt Caleros. I haven't seen anything this week. Obviously not even the biggest QB injury news of the week at this point, because I haven't seen it.
No, we won't. I think they said he didn't practice on Tuesday. He was out there, but he didn't practice on Tuesday. That's the only thing that I saw, but I haven't seen an update since then. But frankly,
not looking great.
He doesn't have a touchdown. It's been 4 years he doesn't have a touchdown. I'm not sure it matters. Strevler has more touchdowns than Caleros on the year. And he
played
true. Like a half. Like
he
can't get much worse than what Caleros was putting out there. The only thing is, like you said, I wish there was more overtime. I would like to know, Snack Bites Pete or anybody else who wants to answer us, what's the longest overtime game in CFL history? Is there like Like here, they have the Texas A&M LSU went to 7 overtimes. It was 74-72. Is there an equivalent of that in the CFL, or it just went forever? Or what's the longest? I need to know.
Yeah,
I need to watch it.
Ooh, yeah, especially send us footage because that would be great. Yeah, I didn't really understand the two
Yeah.
the two things. So that's all I meant by that. Not that I'm not gonna sit here and tell you after the first overtime game I watched I don't like the overtime rules. That's not what I'm saying. I just wish I would have gotten the full I wish I would have gotten the full extent of everything. Yeah. Strebler seems to give him a boost. I mean, I don't know. Guy can run a little bit. He's an absolute bowling ball of a human. Brady Oliveira can't run at all. I think you're on a very good path for those 10 questions, 10 preseason questions. We should visit
I
those.
believe.
Well, we'll do like a halfway a year, maybe revisit, but 10 carries for 26 yards for Brady this week, just gross.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely hit the Oliveira under, but I also said Winnipeg was going to finish with the best record, so maybe I just fucking suck. Like, maybe I just don't know ball at all.
Absolute double whammy there. I think we did enough Winnipeg schedule talk, but I mean, we could go through it. I basically, with what they have left, I don't think you see any potential guaranteed wins more than like 4 or
Ottawa.
5. They already lost to Ottawa.
Don't care. They're gonna beat them next time.
I do appreciate that you're going out on your Argonaut, if you folks will let me, or going out on your Viking ship and it's gonna catch on fire and you're gonna go down on the Ottawa take.
Well, it's not gonna catch on fire, but I will go down with the take anyways.
Fair enough. People were tweaking. I don't know. I don't know if I like that I just said that, but people were loving this Trevor to Wolotarski touchdown, the Minnesota connection. Frankly, University of Minnesota, frankly, I couldn't stand it. I wanted to puke. I almost clawed my eyes out at the idea of it. I'm a Wisconsin Badger fan. If you don't understand that reference and the rivalry there, think of the Banjo Bowl, I guess. I don't know. Is that the biggest rivalry?
No. Look, Wisconsin, Minnesota isn't even in the same stratosphere as the Banjo Bowl is the best rivalry in the CFL, allegedly. The Wisconsin Minnesota is not. No, it's not even close. That'd be like
it's the oldest.
Ottawa Hamilton. We'll get to that next game, but it's like Ottawa. It's not even in the same. It's not even in the same boat.
Okay, well, I guess let's talk about it. 3-1 on the picks last week. Last one, the one loser was Hamilton money line for myself against Ottawa. It was good until it wasn't. Absolute stalemate. Bo Levi looked good against a team we thought was the worst team in the league, who's now what, 2-2?
They're the worst team in the league. I don't care what Winnipeg's doing. I don't care what Hamilton's doing. They're both 0-4. Edmonton doesn't have a win, if I remember correct. Does Edmonton have a win? Are they 1-3?
No.
They're three teams are 0-4, and Ottawa's still worse. I don't care. I'm batting down the hatches.
I respect that. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Look, Ottawa let Tim White have a good game. Tim White has been bad all year. Some are saying that he heard us talking crap in a Jake Meyer-esque way. He heard us talking crap and then decided to have a good game. But again, they're the only team who let Tim White do that. But Levi Mitchell looked awesome.
That last drive, he was electric.
He was on fire. It was a perfect drive. Well, almost perfect. Probably could have left a little bit less than 24 seconds on the clock, but damn near perfect drive.
Yeah,
it's a shame they had to lose.
Yeah, it really is. It hurts my soul, that's for sure. Tim White, I shouldn't say somebody. The guys on the broadcast, one of the Tim White catches, I wanted to run this by you. I'm a huge nickname guy. I've had a few nicknames. I've given a few out, good and bad for sure. And I know Tim White's had his struggles, but I don't remember who had the game for announcers, but he said wide open Tim White with the catch. It was one of the sideline catches he made. I mean, 8 for 118 and a touchdown. I know he's been bad, but Wide Open Tim White, that's kind of a sick nickname.
I disagree. It's fine. I don't love it personally, but
Okay.
I'm gonna support you, buddy. I'm gonna support you.
That's that's the only reason the show continues to go on is your support, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Wide Open Tim White. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue for me.
No, it doesn't for you? Okay.
No, not
Maybe
at
I
all.
need to get my taste buds
Lack
scraped.
of cool nicknames in Wisconsin probably doesn't help.
Yeah, we're not that creative here. We're not like
Yeah.
California people who come up with great shit.
That's
I
true.
don't know. I guess. Anyways, Tim White, was he? I know you said there were no big performances this week. Was he the one you had?
That was the one big game that I had listed.
You're not wrong. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I think he's the only receiver. There was actually not Phil Pot. There Montreal had another receiver. I can't remember the name off
speaker
the top.
Cole.
Yeah, sorry. He had 113, I believe.
Yeah.
But Tim White was the big game of the week, especially considering what he's done the first 3 weeks, the first 3 games of the year.
Yeah. I'd like to actually. Raquel Armstead, that guy's awesome. Running back, 10 for 51, and then had 6 for 53 out of the backfield, 100 total yards. I love Justin Hardy. That guy's awesome. I don't like Jalen Acklin.
No?
Can't really stand him. I'll go out if there's. I like a lot of guys. I don't think I really despise anybody at this point. And he might be the first in the league that I do not like. I don't like the mustache look on most people, so that's not just his thing. But I don't know. Don't love what I saw out of him. And just I know they kind of got in a fight. Whatever. Was that last week, and he was at the center of it from. I don't remember the circumstances. Not gonna lie to you, it's been a long day, but yeah, not a huge Jalen Acklin guy. I think he might be number one on my hope he doesn't succeed list right now.
That's fair. He's certainly not on my list. I don't dislike him. I too only have one player that I hate. We'll get to him later, but yeah, I don't. I mean, if you want to hate Jalen Acklin, by all means.
All right, sounds good. We're gonna make sure our credits and our debits are in the right place here, and we're gonna put Jalen Acklin in the.
Too many accounting references this episode.
I love it. Hey, how's it going? Oh, you're good. Love that cleaning guy. Love that. All right. Anything else you'd like to touch on from last week? I mean,
we both went 3-1. I'm still 1 game up on you as we chip away on weeks left for you to come back. I believe there are only 17 weeks left for you to make up this game. Time is a ticking.
Look, I think it's been 2 weeks now that I haven't been able to gain that ground. So the window is closing.
Closing mighty fast.
Absolutely. So let's get to this week. Today, when you're listening to this, July 4th, let me be the first to wish you a happy Independence Day. If you're an American listening to this, there's a great movie quote, America, fuck yeah.
It's not a movie. Not a movie, but I love it.
Yeah, it
anyway.
is. Is it a song? It's
a YouTube video of a song. Yeah.
I thought no. You're not gonna check me on this. I'm not gonna allow this right now. America.
I'm just gaslighting you. Great radio right now.
This is.
Anyways,
you are right.
Yeah.
Oh wow, dude.
I'm always right. Yes, I know.
Wait, what? Oh, hold on.
Fuck.
It is a movie, Team America World Police, but maybe it started as a YouTube thing.
Probably. I'm gonna claim I was right, even if you disprove me. It doesn't matter.
Team America World Police movie clip.
No, it's a YouTube video. Congratulations, happy American Independence Day to all you Canadian listeners. I know you're very excited.
I wish I could have. Nobody, not to cut you off, and I apologize for doing so, but I wish nobody said anything about what we do to celebrate Canada Day, which is on Monday, which I'm genuinely would have celebrated appropriately. But nobody told me how to celebrate. So frankly, that's on you guys. But I guess there's always next year, hopefully.
There will be another Canada Day next year.
It would really suck if this was the last Canada Day and this audio lived out there in the ethos. But 4th of July, Toronto takes the boats to Regina, where Trevor Harris will not be leading the ship, if you will. It'll be University of Michigan quarterback, former University of Michigan quarterback, Shea Patterson. Despite the West Virginia flag in the background, that is the 1B to his 1A of Ohio State favorite college football teams here in America. You said earlier in this episode there's a player you hate, and I just happen to wonder if he is leading your team.
Yeah, I can confirm the player in the league that I hate the most is Shea Patterson. I wish I could put into words. I've never met Shea Patterson. He might very well be a great person. I viscerally hate him. Anytime I see Shea Patterson, I'm filled with anger in my pit, in my core. I am filled with anger when I see Shea Patterson. I am mortified that he's leading my team. I watched him play Ohio State multiple times, and he looked like garbage every time. I can't do it. It's very frustrating to me that he's my quarterback. I'd love to trade for Caleb Evans. He's just sitting there with a touchdown on the year. I'd love to trade for Trey Ford. Hasn't even played yet. But no, I'm stuck with Shea Patterson, who it's going to be difficult for me to watch this game. I love the Rough Riders. I watch all the games. It will be tough for me to watch Shea Patterson lead my team and root for them to win. I'm going to struggle. I'm going to struggle. But go Riders anyway. I hope Thor runs for 200. I hope Shea Patterson throws 8 picks and we win by 3.
Incredible. I love that. That couldn't have gone better than that was the best thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, gonna be a fun game. What's the line on this one?
Toronto -3.5 at Saskatchewan, and the over/under is at 48.5.
Ooh.
If you're so inclined to take a Saskatchewan money line, you get it at +158.
I'm not. I'm gonna take Toronto. I think Dukes makes his way back. They're too good. I think Shea is going to struggle. That Toronto defensive line is going to be good enough and probably give them fits. I'm sure they're going to throw some things at him. Obviously, Toronto's ability on defense, like they can. They're not. They're not my Alouettes good. Not even close, I would say, defensively. However, they have shown flashes. Dinwiddie, I think, is going to have these guys rearing to go after last week, and I think Cam Dukes is ready to put his ass in the jackpot, if you will, to get them back in the win column.
Look, Kadeem Carey is their best player, probably. Kadeem Carey is really good. Kadeem Carey has been good this year. Saskatchewan's defense, we already talked, is great against the run. I will not be placing my hard-earned money on a Shea Patterson to win the game or cover any sort of spread. So I'll take Toronto -3.5.
Ooh, wow. Yeah. Wow, you really have to wonder. You really have to wonder about a guy like you doing that to his team.
No, I'm doing it to Shea Patterson only.
Fair enough. Who's worse in your opinion? McCarthy as a national champion? Or
McCarthy.
Okay. Wow, McCarthy, I can only imagine.
God forbid. Well, when McCarthy makes his way to the CFL in T-3 years, I'll hate him too. Hopefully, he's not the Saskatchewan quarterback 3 years from now.
Oh God, talk about a dream scenario. This
I'd pick a
podcast
team.
might explode.
I would pick a different team if he he could become quarterback 10 years from now. I could have 10 years under my belt as a Rough Riders fan, and if JJ McCarthy took a snap under center, I'd pick a different team. You talk about viscerally hate.
I love that. I love that so much. Oh man, it would really be great to see Blake Corum or Donovan Edwards work their way into the Saskatchewan backfield as well.
Yeah.
Let's head to Friday night before we really get ant flustered. Ottawa heads to Winnipeg. There's some revenge here. My guess would be Streveler starts. What do we got for the lines?
Ottawa plus 2.5, over under 46.5. If you want the money line, you get Ottawa money line at plus 128.
Ooh, it's tough. I mean, Winnipeg
You want me
has
to go
been.
first? You want me
Yeah,
to go
I
first?
would. That would be more than thrilled.
Yeah, Ottawa stinks. I'm just maybe I'm just stupid, but I'm gonna keep doing this every week. Ottawa stinks. Streveler didn't look good and played better than Caleros has all year, and it's in Winnipeg. I'm gonna take Winnipeg to buck the 0-4 ship here, and they're gonna get a win, and by at least 3. So Winnipeg minus the points.
Look, I think that you're probably right.
Yeah, I know I am. We've already established.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we'll get that going. Right, whatever you say. Oliveira missed the first game, and I don't know if he's worth 4 points, but I do think he is very important when it comes to what they can do on offense. I think if it ends up being Streveler, there's going to be a lot that nobody's really going to be able to offer in the league, and that Ottawa might have to figure out and have to defend. This is a very long-winded way for me to say that despite Ottawa only giving up 70 yards on average a game so far this year rushing the ball, I think they'll be able to be exposed with the quarterback run, and I'm going to die on the sword. I'm going to take Winnipeg to cover the spread.
Perfect. Love it.
There's going to be a point though if Drew Brown plays well in this game where I'm going to have to be forced. If they win, I'm going to have to be forced to say that they're good.
That'll be
Your guy
the
Damon Webb on the defense, man.
No, do not ever say Ottawa is good on this podcast. We don't. Those words do not belong together.
They are like oil and water. Calgary Saturday heads to Montreal. If I bet you're basically being led to slaughter. I don't know. I mean,
that's given the line, they would agree. The Vegas of Canada agrees. Calgary plus 9.5.
Still no clear. Still no clear. I've got no clarity on who and where is the Vegas of Canada either.
Over under is 50.5. If you're so inclined to go really out on a hill and take Calgary money line, you get it at plus 365.
At this point, I don't know why you would think anybody could keep it within 10 of Montreal. I think Meyer's going to struggle. Meyer will struggle mightily. Cody Fajardo is him. Is he?
Caleb Evans?
Caleb Evans also 1A. Caleb Evans him to Cody Fajardo's 1B him. I do want to ask the question because I think it's fair to ask at this point. Cody is 4th in pass yards. He is tied with Bo Levi for 1st in passing touchdowns. He's got the 2. I misspoke last week. He did have that one really ugly interception in week 1 and then had the one last week as well. Not really totally his fault. Is he the most outstanding player to this point? I mean, the only other option is VA, who does have almost 200 more passing yards. He's got 1 less passing touchdown, and he's got a couple rushing touchdowns. Now Cody also has had a couple games with the legs so far, but I would have to imagine Cody is actually the front runner for MLP right now.
BA's been incredible, but I just think the way Montreal has looked versus the way the BC's looked, I think it has to be Montreal.
The one
And
thing I do,
I think it has to be Fajardo.
yeah, I think you're right. I do have to say I love one thing I love about the CFL is seeing the rushing touchdowns leaderboard right now.
All
Dakota,
quarterback.
yeah, it's Dakota Prukop with 4, Strevler's got 4, Caleb, our boy, has 3, Shea Patterson has 2, Cam Dukes has 2, and then the first running back on the list is Johnny Augustine with 2. Very funny. And then you have Milanovic Litre, I'm gonna say. I'm sorry, Ante. He's got 2, the fullback for Hamilton, and then back to Dustin Crum with 2. So I love it. That's an incredible leaderboard.
Yeah, I
just
I will also be taking Montreal for all the reasons you said. They are untouchable. One game under 10, and they were on the road, and this one's at home. And yeah, Montreal with the points,
yeah, I think
laying the points.
yeah, what is it, -9.5? So 10
Yeah,
flag gets you the win. Yeah, I think that's appropriately. I think that's appropriately put. Last one on the docket will be on Sunday. This is going to be a fun one. BC, Hamilton. I don't know if this is going to be a fun one. I don't know.
the
I've been
line,
on Hamilton, and they've just been not actually good.
the Vegas of Canada thinks that it's going to be relatively close. They have the line of BC -5.5. The over
That is
under
an ugly number.
53.5. And if you want Hamilton money line for some unknown reason, you get +198. I personally, I'll go first because I think this is the one that we could do. We've been the same again, all 3. I think we could disagree here. I'll be taking Hamilton with the points. We talked a little last week. BC has played like everybody close, even their wins. They don't look dominant as opposed to Montreal, who does. And Hamilton has only played one home game, and it was the game against Saskatchewan that was really close, and they probably should have won that game. So I think Hamilton might have a little bit of an edge at home, and BC isn't blowing anybody out. I think Hamilton can keep it within 5. I'll take Hamilton with the points.
That's good reasoning. I do need to make up a game. I mean, this is last week was the second week I went 3-1 in the picks, and it helped to have the Calgary money line was so tasty. I think it was like 156 or 155 or something like that. I don't love the lines this week. I feel like I'm gonna have a 1-3 just like I did after my week 1 3-1 record. I'm got to make up a game. I'm gonna take BC -5.5. I think. I mean, beat Edmonton by 3, Winnipeg by 2, Calgary by a few. They've won a few in a row now that since that Toronto loss. They did shred Edmonton week 1 as well. So Edmonton, maybe a little bit of familiarity there, even though everybody's pretty much familiar with each other at this point. I think VA is going to have to play a good one, and I think he will. I think he might try to establish himself, but he does love to get hurt early on and limp, and then be fine later. So I don't love
little
that.
Ben Roethlisberger in him. Some are saying that. I mean, literally
that feels. It almost feels disrespectful to VA.
Nothing else about their play styles is similar, except that they fake a little bit of injuries at the beginning, so then when they play good later, it looks more heroic.
Oh, dude, you're the best. Well, this has been a great day. A great day of recording for us. It's going to be a fun weekend. I have 2 baseball games this weekend. Not that anybody cares, but I'll be able to be locked in. Thanks, man.
Buddy.
Thank you, man. 2 1:00 games. I'm pitching on Saturday, so I'll be ready just in time for my Alouettes to hopefully kick the snot out of Calgary. Hopefully, it's not a really big letdown. I'd almost rather lose big this week and then get back on track with Toronto coming to town next week and start a new streak, or just win 40-20 again and call it good. So I guess that doesn't really
Maybe
matter.
just go 18-0. Who's to say?
I mean, you wouldn't see me complaining.
Yeah.
Although my anxiety level would rise historically
Why?
immediately with every game.
Oh no, you're crazy. You never been on a team that won that many games.
Yeah, exactly. Only time I've ever had a team win more than 18 games this season is the Brewers, and that's because they statistically have to, or otherwise it'd be the worst thing ever. Like they play 162. So, oh man, great week. Any final words? I would like, don't have to share everybody's business, but I would like to congratulate you on your new job, hence the accounting jokes this week.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I want to say. I would like to congratulate you, everybody. Congratulate Ant if you dare, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited. Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, possibly some other big things I got coming up on the horizon here. We'll talk about that in a couple months here. We're cooking a little bit. We're cooking a little bit, but I'm excited for football. I'm excited for football. NFL starting soon. College football starting soon, and then we'll be packed to the fucking brim with football, and I couldn't be more excited.
Couldn't be more excited. We love the CFL. We love everybody listening. Please like, follow, subscribe, share. You don't even have to do all of them. Just do like one of them. You just like do like one of those and every week, and then we're happy. Like that's all it needs to happen. We appreciate it, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope you had a great Canada Day, and we will see you soon.